And we're out here over at Declo, Idaho. We're doing some corn. We're chopping today, which is a great day, and we're doing some RDX-N trials. I'm going to go ahead and introduce, this is Faith Talley. She's our junior agronomist out here in the Great Basin, and this is Dr. Giff Gillette helping us on the research side, head of research. We're out here going through, and as you can see behind, we're chopping, but we have a flag here, and our treatment is coming in from the beginning of the field, coming this way. We've got RDX-N. We've got another flag down here at the grower standard where we stopped. So it's a huge win for us on the grower, trying to cut back on that nitrogen on our corn for silage and showing that we could fill trucks very similar before we even get to the end of the row of the grower standard.
So for our treatments here, we have RDX-N at a quart with half of the nitrogen, and then we have our grower standard with the full amount of nitrogen. And here is an ideal practical farm research, just because we have every 12 rows per treatment, and I had to come out here all season and make sure we were on track and with flags, and had to spray paint so we could get this data that we have now.
So if I could speak a little bit to that data, thanks Faith. It's been a team effort between not only us three, but also working with incredible growers. It's one thing to be able to come out, and what we were able to do prior to the harvest was we evaluated over 400 ears for earlage yield. But as you can see, they're chopping. So what does that mean for silage? And so the preliminary data we had before chopping, based on earlage alone, showed a approximate 15 bushel increase or 7% increase on the half rate. Normally the goal is if we can just maintain yield, if we get a yield increase, all the better when you're at that kind of nitrogen optimization. Speaking of in-season measurements, one of the things that we monitored was plant charge balance of this corn crop relative to RDX-N. And for our followers and agronomists, growers, and distributors may have heard that we have been tracking how redox potential correlates with yield. And across over 40 trials, we have documented 90% of the time an increase of yield when oxidative stress is reduced. And such is the case in this trial, where we were able to monitor at about V4, V6 redox potential, and it had been reduced with the application of RDX-N. Now we're at the point of yield, and we have an increase in yield. And so yet another data point that indicates when you reduce the charge, you increase the yield. So to finish off on to tying up the research that we did from the earlage to silage, as Brett pointed out, with the best comparison that we had with the 12 rows harvested with a half rate of nitrogen, including RDX-N, versus the grower standard 100%, looking at equal trucks approximately. We're going to get the data, it's preliminary, but this RDX-N truck filled quicker versus the grower standard. That was a great sign. And so we're ultimately after truth. If our earlage data looking at specific ears and our silage data matches up, that's ideal. The other aspect of this trial that Faith mentioned that was really important was the fact that we were able to treat and have a treated and untreated every 12 rows oscillating throughout the field, as opposed to split pivots. That the data isn't as informative for that. And so we're really grateful for the growers and the two guys in the choppers that were helping us get some excellent data that is going to be forthcoming, not only for RDX-N, but also for some forthcoming nitrogen optimization technology at RDX-N that we're really excited about.
No, that's true, Dr. Gifford. We've got a lot of different things coming. One of the things that I like to see is the ability to put RDX-N in all these different scenarios. The other point that we made with the oscillating different treatments is we were able to also see this from an aerial view when we were looking for the ability to see if we could see that in between the rows, and everything was tabletop. You couldn't see it. So where we had 3 different optimizations of nitrogen within this field, you couldn't see a difference, which to me and the grower and all of those around is an amazing ability just to be able to see that visually in the field. So again, thank you to the growers that were able to help us out with that, and our chopping crew, phenomenal. And we're just so grateful that we have amazing growers out here that aligns with the same RDX-N, redox, everything that we stand for to help the growers get better and to be able to keep farming every year. So thanks, appreciate it.